Hi everyone, Chris here, and we've been talking about the lessons of photography and videography that are important in instructional design, especially when using imagery in our creations. And today I wanted to talk about the importance of depth of field. And depth of field is a really important concept because it's one that if you're not a photography buff, you may not even think about. Depth of field is what causes the background blurriness in a lot of portraits. And depth of field is what makes vast landscapes all be crisp in all of their different places. So essentially, you have a narrow depth of field where the part that's in focus is very narrow, and that narrowness goes in and out as you focus. And then you'll have a wide depth of field where that same area of things in focus moves in and out as you focus. So how do you adjust your depth of field? Essentially, that's with the aperture. And the aperture works just like the iris in your eye. If you have a wide open aperture, a small f-stop, wide open, like a cat's eye at night, you'll have a very narrow depth of field. And if you shrink that aperture down to a little pinprick, then you'll have a very wide depth of field. And it's a very, very simple setting. It used to be a little twist on the camera lens itself. And these days, it's sometimes just a setting to put yourself into portrait mode. But very, very important thing to consider as you're trying to make the focus of what your learner is looking at. Do you want them to focus on one thing or see something vast? Typically, I tend to go for a narrow depth of field. It's just me. Focus on that one thing. Sometimes I'll do it artificially and actually use a blur effect to blur out the things that aren't quite as important for the learner to be looking at that very moment. Anyway, I will chat with you tomorrow.